Hello and welcome everybody to round 2 of the Vintage Le Mans Endurance Series. Last time out we were at Le Mans, and this time out we are at the Petite Le Mans 40 minutes, which takes place at Road Atlanta. I'll display the information here. Last time out it was David Brabham who came out on top as the winner, followed by Beretta, who I'm not even going to try and pronounce first name because he's French and I'm not good at pronouncing French names. However, the grid looks a little different. The grid's been shuffled a bit. For instance, we have another Frenchman, or Ailo, however the hell that's pronounced. Again, not great at French last names. But we also have two Corvettes at the back. We also happen to have a Corvette that's further up in the front, and a Skyline Nismo GTR that's further up at the front. So, without further ado, let's get this underway. Field makes its way around the safety car and into turn 1. Alan McNish, getting a little squirrely there, maintains his lead through the first turn. I'll have to see if the Porsche team did a better job of tuning that car so that it's a little bit more competitive this time out. Because that Viper was definitely not slow in the straights last time out at Le Mans, nor was it bad in the corners. A real force to be reckoned with, that car, potentially. And you can see Wendinger already on the tail of Alan McNish, almost wasting just no time at all. McNish tries to make it hard for him, but Wendinger, like he isn't even there, and still only using 4 gears. Wendinger now through the final corner to lead the first lap. Looks like this is going to be a runaway victory for him. It's David Coulthard now, potentially making room at David Brabham, Oliver Beretta in the pits, or I think it's Olivier Beretta now that it springs back to mind. Wendinger taking off. McDougall now looking for a way around the Nismo Skyline in front. David Coulthard behind, also looking for a way through on potentially to both of them. Here comes McDougall down the inside. No. Not enough room to make the move. Here we go. Now he tries outside. Condo's car. A little quicker than it was last time out, but still not fast enough. McDougall now up into the podium positions. He just missed out on a podium last time out at Le Mans, finishing 4th. Winner last time out, David Brabham, all the way at the back of the field after early contact on lap 1. Wendinger now. Or Wendlinger. Wendlinger making his way through the final chicane on the track. Comfortable lead over Alan McNish and the Porsche behind. And McDougal now. Trying to chase down that Porsche in front. Wendlinger. We got grand old time out there. It's like a practice session for him. Sadly for Alan McNish, same as it was last time out. Wendlinger, he's just taken off. Fastest lap for him is a 1:30.377, and that was on the first lap. A whole 4/10 quicker than Alan McNish in second. Keeping Coulthard behind him as he catches up to McNish himself. It's the British pairing for the XG220 team of David Coulthard and Tiff Needell, running 4th and 5th. That Jaguar is still proving to be very fast here as Coulthard shows McDougal that he is trying to make a move. However, it's such a tight track like this one, there isn't always an opportunity. That Corvette is faster than the Porsche in the straights. Porsche teams really need to tune the engine in their car ahead of the next race, because it's not bad in the corners by any means. It's just not fast enough in the straights. Alright, McDougal now in the slipstream of Alan McNish. Looking for room. He finds it. He's going to have the inside, but it looks like he's going to have McNish cleared. Coming into the final chicane on the track. That'll be huge for him as he had both those Jaguars right on his tail. Now they both need to get past Alan McNish in the 911 GT1. And that 911, very good in the corners. It's only in the straights where that car struggles. As you can see, McNish inches slightly closer to McDougal through Sector 1's the first turn. Very noticeable, and then through the entry to the chicane, or the whole of this sector, you can kind of just see it's just teeny bits of time being made up, but all gets nulled by the straight. Can Wendlinger have competition here for McDougal in the C4 ZR1 race car? Because that Corvette is moving. Both Paul and Mero making up large amounts of time. David Brabham and Olivier Beretta out of contention here. These cars simply do not go through tires quick enough to need pit stop, so neither did they take tires. John Paul Jr. up to 8th. Last time we took a look at his race, he was running 10th. Doing an incredible job. Tiffany Dale has made his way around Alan McNish. And DePoy has made his way around Coulthard. Those Vipers, not slow. Focusing in on our leader. He was roughly half a second slower than the car behind him, McDougal, on this last lap. Going faster down the straight. That Corvette rapid in a straight line. A rather aerodynamic shape. Only improvement that's been made to that car ahead of this race was the gear ratios being tuned. That time 0.2 quicker than Tiffany Dale, faster than the both of them. GTR is getting really squirrely. Dale slightly faster than McDougal. slower than Wendlinger. Headlights are on for Wendlinger, as well for McDougal, and that's going to mean everybody's got their headlights on. David Brabham must have lost all of his confidence after having the incident in the pit lane, but he has had absolutely no pace since. And look at the lap times. Pitiful. Very likely to go a lap down if they keep up such a slow pace. Very likely that they could. I'm not going to say it's a guarantee, but I wouldn't say they're safe either. This lap, McDougal faster than Wendlinger. Needell about a half second slower than McDougal, so and McDougal can worry about Wendlinger and kind of forget about Tiff Needell for now. In a race, I think it's more important to focus on the car in front than it is the car behind, if there is a car in front. As at the end of the day, you want to finish in the highest position possible. And since McDougal isn't defending a driver who's significantly quicker than himself, he's not in a situation where it's too much of a risk to try and fight for the lead. Wendlinger's lap time is going to be a 33.632. And McDougal, wow, almost 2 whole seconds slower. And Tiff did McDougal. Wendlinger has made the decision to check out once again. I mean, like, wow. It's incredible. Just pulled out a 2-second faster, just lap was 2 seconds faster. Well, not really. He's just been pulling off his regular pace. McDougal just struggled to keep up with his regular pace. It'd be funny if the pop-up headlights were messing with his aero and slowing him down in the straights. Look at that. Looks like the AIF found out that the Viper has a specific power band. Look, that Viper is being very nice to its tires. However, McDougal is on the verge of needing a pit stop. Oh, the Nismos are going to need a pit stop. struggling for tires. .36 and a 35. Those are slow lap times, nonetheless. And a 37.2 from Nadal. Looks like everybody's pace is just evaporating here. Tire wear doesn't appear to be excessive. McDougall is going to have to worry about his tires at the end of this one. His left rear getting scarily close to halfway worn. Tiff Nadal not anywhere near as worried on the tires. Does he go for the inside? No, he does not. That was a potentially really late move. And Dupuy, look at him. Light up both their asses. Tiff Nadal, fastest man on track as of lap 14. He had the fastest 13th lap of the top three. Dupuy behind, slightly faster than him. However, Nadal was somewhat held up by McDougall. The end of sector 2 onto the straight. It's a good exit for Tiff Nadal. He just needs to find a lane now. That Corvette isn't exactly slow, but that Jaguar is very fast. The Corvette just has enough straight line speed to keep the Jaguar behind, but here comes Tiff Nadal. He does send it down the inside. Can he make it stick around the outside of this corner, or will McDougall place his car well enough? No, Tiff Nadal really had to work for second place, but he got it. And Dupuy falls back just a little bit. Wendlinger over 2 seconds slower than Tiff Nadal there. And we're only just past halfway. Alan McNish still in 6th. Haven't really taken a look at him since early race. Staying relevant. All 3911s now are in the top 10. Beretta and Brabham have finally found their pace, but much too late for them to gain any positions here. It was a Jaguar victorious last time out. Seeing as Wendlinger had so much pace, I assumed it wouldn't be a Jaguar victorious this time, but Tiff Nadal might just prove us wrong. Oh, and there's contact between the two. No damage. That almost handed McDougall a free lead. However, with Dupuy right behind him, it could have just as easily become another Viper in the lead. As nightfall now upon the circuit. Petite looking for room, looking for somewhere to get around Wendlinger. He wants that lead. He knows he can get it. However, McDougall knows that he is right behind two cars potentially fighting. And he might want to do something about it himself, try and take advantage. Petite now. Up the gears. He's got the inside. This is how he made the move on McDougall for second. Light contact. Wendlinger really defending. He's holding on. He holds on to the lead. Petite can't get the move made. And now McDougall is going to have a run on Petite, but I don't think it's going to be a big enough run into turn one. Does not go anywhere with it. The top four bound by what I could only assume is a second, as McNish has fallen off the face of the earth just about as soon as I mentioned him still having pace. And McDougall's tire, that's not going to make it to the end. The Corvette needs to pit. Does the Jaguar need to pit? Nish's tires look alright. He's got more of a front problem than a rear. Wendlinger had a bit of time to breathe. Petite hasn't been quite as heavy on the attack, and McDougall's tires are falling apart. And sadly, he's going to need a pit stop. What about his teammates? I think Mero can make it on his tires. They haven't been aggressively fighting, so they haven't been tearing them up as much. You can see Wendlinger's tires actually right around the same wear level as DeCoy's. However, neither of them have had too much fighting. I think Petite needs to make his way around Wendlinger, and he needs to do it fast, because those tires are aging. Not sure how much fight or how much fighting he'll be able to do with how much tire he has left. And he was about a tenth slower than Wendlinger that specific lap. Dougal still defending from DeCoy. And Coulthard just kind of sitting back. Nadell may be back on the attack. Gonna need a good set of corners here. Can he get a better exit than Wendlinger? No. Arguably, it might have been worse. Liddell has a slipstream. He has a speed advantage down this straight. Gets close to Wendlinger. Wendlinger's still a little faster than Liddell on that last lap. However, Liddell is in that slipstream, and that's really going to start making a difference down these straights if Wendlinger can't up his pace. However, Liddell's tires, his left rear is questionable on whether or not it's making the end of this race. McDougall's got less than half of that tire, so depending on how far he gets could give us an estimate on what that Jaguar will be capable of doing. I don't know what's been up with McNish, but he's not going very fast. He could be soon giving up a position to Mero if he didn't pick it up. He must be conserving, must not think he's got much of anything for the cars in front, which sadly he doesn't. Chip Liddell. Big speed on the straights, yet nothing that he can do with it. Wendlinger 479, Liddell 536. Boy, he must be getting a little aggravated behind McDougall. He seems to have the faster car, and McDougall will eventually concede that position in the pits. Oh! He's really starting to feel the wear on that left rear. DePoy is, I can only imagine, screaming on the radio for this guy to let him through. McDougall. Once that tire goes completely red, which could be at the end of this lap or at some point next lap, will be forced to pit. Big loose out of that corner. DePoy has to slow down to avoid slamming into the rear of him. As Kasuya is the first driver to go a lap down, that seems to have gone in Wendlinger's favor. McDougall will be staying out for another lap, no matter what. DePoy behind is got to be punching that steering wheel. That's so frustrating. McDougall sets a 37-2. DePoy keeps having to get on the brakes to avoid slamming him. McDougall's tire has gone and he's sideways. McDougall's going to potentially struggle to keep that car under control. And around he goes. He makes contact with DePoy. Tragic. No grip, no traction for McDougall. Might have ruined DePoy's race as well. I don't know if DePoy will stay out or if the team is going to instruct him to pit. Hard, not wasting any time getting around McDougall's car, which has been struck by tire wear. That's definitely not what either McDougall especially Deploy really was not looking forward to that. Teams instructing him to come and take damage repairs. A lot of disappointment for that team. Everything was looking so good until it just wasn't. Now McDougal needs to repair his car and take tires. McNish now under attack from Merrow. Said that if his pace wasn't improved, that he would have. Cars passing him. McDougal's going to come out in 10th place with fresh tires. McNish taking advantage of the slower GTR on circuit. We got a kerfuffle going on here. Somehow they've all managed to keep it clean. Fukuyama and Kondo are next to get put a lap down. I have the feeling those guys are going to be Tiffnedale's last chance at a victory here. It's looking pretty bleak, pretty grim. Three and a half minutes remaining in this race. Not got enough pace to catch Wendlinger. Depending on how these GTRs obstruct Wendlinger, if they do, technically it's no blue flag rules. I have them turned off because they cause really weird situations where the leader will sit behind a lap car going as slow as the lap car who's trying to cede position. I notice it's easier to let them all just race like they're racing for position. Those Nismo GTRs sound closer than they are. And Tiffnedale is good for tires, but not good enough for pace. Deploy, luckily, was able to come out in 4th. Missed out on a podium opportunity as a result of his collision with McDougal. Alan McNish has picked the pace up. He is aware that he could be under threat of losing his position. And it looks like McNish will have another lap. Merrow is going to be very close. I do believe Merrow will be the last person to finish on the quote-unquote lead lap. He'll be the last car to complete a 26th lap. Alright, Wendlinger makes his way around Fukuyama like it's nothing. Good for him. Means Wendlinger should be able to cruise his way to a victory from here on out. Unless Fukuyama has enough of a slipstream to try and send it. Does not bother. Does the respectable thing. Tiffnedale still has a very respectable 2nd place going at the moment, so nothing to be ashamed of, that's for sure. And David Coulthard joining him on the bottom step of the podium today so far. Alan McNish. Oh, they've both caught up to Dupoy almost. Don't think either of them are going to have a shot at passing him. Alan McNish through the final corner. Crosses the line with a few seconds to spare. McNish just behind. Which means Ortelli in the 911 will be the first driver to finish. Followed by Aiello. John Paul Jr. managed to make his tires last the whole race. McDougall. Winner last time out. David Brabham finishes in 11th. And behind him is Olivier Beretta, being the last car not to be lapped on track. Casoya also might have been the first, actually. I don't know what Casoya was. Casoya is last. Here comes Wendlinger, comfortably through the final chicane. Up the hill, down the hill, to the right. Wendlinger, the Austrian, wins at Road Atlanta. Tiff Needell picks up second place. Coulthard now makes his way through the final chicane and up the hill, down the hill. And it's third for David Coulthard. Dupoy, a little disappointed that it's not a podium, but Alan McNish, a much better showing than last time, managing 5th place. A better finish for sure. Team still has work to do on that 911. Well, there you have it, folks. Your finishing order. Wendlinger, Needell, Coulthard, Dupoy, McNish, Mero, Telly, Aiello, Paul Jr., McDougall, Brabham, Beretta, Kondo, Fukuyama, and Casoya. The Nismo team has a lot of work to do as they manage to secure last, pretty much. They got to work on their traction. That was their biggest issue. Well, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.